Hello everyone, welcome to the module on constructivist approach based lesson, and in this module you will be focusing on a lesson from physics. I hope you have already gone through the 5E approach: engage, explore, explain, extend and evaluate. You might have already gone through the different E's. So, in this module my intention is to give you an example of a lesson which is taken from physics, and this particular lesson is from class 8, friction. So, in this unit friction, the lesson is on whether the friction is same for different surfaces. So, the lesson is for about 45 minutes. Through this particular lesson, students will be able to recognize how exactly friction differs from surface to surface, whether the different surfaces have the same friction or not, and also they will be able to explain what are the different factors affecting friction. So, the lesson is designed based on these objectives, keeping in mind some of the process skills like observation, hypothesis, and they will be inferring from whatever data they are collecting through the activities. And basically, to develop this particular lesson, the certain kinds of learning resources that can be used are different materials having the different surfaces like mica, wooden plank, some sand, door mat, cardboard surface, a surface which can be covered with the cotton cloth. And in order to see the motion over the surface, there can be the materials like wooden cart or metallic bowls, and also it can be provided with a scale, protractor. So, keeping all these, this particular lesson has designed with some of the activities which actually can be used in the different phases of the lesson. And my intention is to explain you that these particular activities, how exactly we can integrate into the different E's of the lesson. So, the lesson can be started, as you know, with the engaging phase. It could be decided based upon the students, their background in terms of what kind of experiences they have already have, what is their minimum level of performance, and what kind of exposure they have. The teacher can select the resource which can keep the students in an engaging mode. This engaging mode may be starting with, if it is a continuation lesson, with previous knowledge checking in terms of questioning session, or it could be through an activity, or it could be through a problem posed by the teacher, allow the children to solve the problem, or even it can be a problem posed through a video or a life based situation or a simulation where the children can explore the different factors or different situations or different scenarios where they can observe friction. So, in this particular lesson you can refer the video clipping how exactly the teacher starts the lesson. The teacher just comes to the classroom and creating a rapport with the students, and after that the teacher makes sure that they are clear about the concept of friction. In order to make sure the conceptual clarity, the teacher starts with a small discussion what kind of forces are there in nature, and you could see that a student gives an answer that there are contact forces and non-contact forces. So, from that answer the teacher develops into, okay, what are the, or can you give an example for contact forces, and one of the student is giving an answer friction, and then the teacher relate it to the previous lesson and asking them that what is friction. So, the teacher gives an opportunity for the learner to recall their previous knowledge and develops a kind of a discussion which engages the students to think about what exactly the teacher is going to have in that particular class. So, the teacher gives the examples of wet surface and dry surface, giving example or asking the student to think about what happens when you walk through a wet surface. Now, when the teacher poses the question, actually students can be focused to the particular question and allow them to think loud to solve that particular or to find out the answer for that particular question. So, in the present video you can see that the teacher, after the small discussion, the teacher points to the focus question, is it easy to walk through a wet surface? So, now the students started thinking that no, it is not so easy to walk through a smooth surface, because there will be the surface will be slippery. So, now in order to find out whether the surface is slippery or rough or smooth or rough, the teacher provides the different surfaces to the students and asks them to do an activity. So, from the engage phase, the teacher engages the student in a kind of thinking through a focus question posing. Now, the students are carried away with that question and they are trying to answer that particular question. So, for that the teacher gives an opportunity for the learners to explore by themselves. So, the teacher provides the different materials to the learners and asks them to move the material on the different surfaces and note down their observation. And you can see that the students are engaged and they are doing the activity of moving the object, one an iron ball and another group is doing a wooden cart. So, the students are involved, they are doing the activity, the other students are observing and they have a kind of discussion what exactly they can observe in that particular activity, and they have a small discussion and telling themselves. Now, as you know, the students are able to collect information, what is the smoothness, what is the roughness, how fast or how slow an object can move on the smooth or rough surface. They are observing, they are collecting the information and they are communicating among themselves. So, all these process skills can be taken care by the teacher. Now, once they have conducted the activity, you can see in the video the teacher is giving an opportunity for them to explain what exactly the children have observed during the activity and allow them to give an answer in terms of the inferences that they can obtain from that activity. So, here they will be able to explain, okay, there is a difference in the movement of either the iron ball or the wooden cart when they were trying to move it through the different surfaces. So, during this particular phase, the teacher can pose some more questions and make them to explain in simpler forms, so that they will have the conceptual clarity about what is the impact of the nature of surface on friction. So, the children are exploring and explaining through this particular activity. Now, if time permits, the teacher can give another set of activity where the surfaces can be provided with the different fluids, either it can be oil or water or different kinds of oil, and ask them to do the activity. Once they are able to explain the phenomenon or the concept, the teacher can provide another set of activity, so that the children can extend from where they have explained. So, here the children will be able to make use of the knowledge what they construct during the earlier phase through their exploration and explanation. So, here in that particular video you can see that the teacher is giving an activity where the children are asked to find out how exactly or how fastly or how slowly the object is moving when the surfaces have been taken for different inclination. So, you can see in that particular video they do by themselves, they just move the plank and make a note of the angle or the inclination from the surface, and allow another child to move the material through that particular plank or the surface, and they observe that whenever there is an increase in the inclination, the speed of the motion varies or the speed of the motion increases, and they discusses among themselves and they come to a conclusion. As an inference, they could see that as the inclination of the surface increases, the motion of the object or the speed of the object increases. They will be able to extend whatever knowledge they have constructed during the activity. So, here they are exploring the factor of inclination of the surface, how exactly it influence on the movement. So, they gets an idea that the motion of the object or the speed of the object increases, but here there is a small problem of misconception development, where they may think that if the inclination increases, that increases or decreases friction. So, here the teacher can involve and explain them that the inclination directly will not influence the friction, but when the surface is getting inclined, the contact between the two surfaces will get influenced. Therefore, there can be the variation in friction. And at the end of the lesson, with a question asking them to find out, to visit a particular sports emporium, where they can find out why there are different kinds of grips for the sports shoes, and find out from the sports person what is the necessity of the different grips on the sports shoes and the other sports materials. So, with that the lesson comes to a closure. Thank you all. Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
Fine. So, in last class we studied about friction, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what is friction? Can anybody tell me? Yeah, Tripti?
Friction is an opposing force.
Friction is an opposing force. Okay, thank you. So, all of you know that friction is an opposing force, right?
Yes,
have you ever experienced friction in our daily life? Have you ever experienced friction?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you give some situation? Yes?
When we try to move an heavy object, we cannot move it due to friction.
Okay. Moving heavy objects, we are not able to move it easily. Okay. Any other case? Monica?
Sir, while we are riding bicycle, bicycle stops when we apply brake.
Okay. Bicycle stops when apply brake. Fine. Now, morning you have taken bath, right? All of you have taken bath?
Yes,
Yes,
So, in the bathroom what happened? It will be wet.
Wait.
So is it easy to move on a wet surface?
No.
No, sir.
Why? What may be the reason? Fine. Shashi,
Sir, it is very smooth. Water is there, no, sir.
water is there, therefore what happens?
Sir, it will slip us while walking.
It will slip us while walking. Which surface slips? Wet surface slips, right, when you walk. So it will be easy for us to walk on the
Dry surface.
dry surface, right? So that means, what may be the difference between these two, wet surface and dry surface? What might be making the difference? You said that wet surface, it will be slippery, rough surface, it will be easy for us to walk. So what may be the reason? Which one will be giving more friction?
Rough surface.
Rough surface.
Rough surface will be giving more friction. Okay. So shall we check it
Yes, sir.
whether it is true? So you have group 1 has got two different materials, cotton surface and cardboard surface. Group 2 has got
Mica surface.
Mica
and
surface
thermocol
and
surface.
and thermocol surface, right? So group 1 has got one iron ball, group 2 has got
Wooden
wooden card. So what you have to do, move the material on the surface given and see in which surface the object can move faster or slower.
Yes.
Observe it, one of you record it. Record your observation. Okay, do the activity. Experience the surface, right? You can touch and feel the surface.
It's going faster.
Move it, okay.
It is not going faster.
It is bit slower.
Hmm.
Do it here. It's going faster. Record it.
What did you observe?
It's moving. What about you? What did you observe?
It was moving.
On which surface moved faster?
In cotton surface, the iron ball moved faster than in cardboard surface.
Okay, so in cotton surface, the ball moves faster, right? Second group,
Sir, on mica surface it moves faster, and on thermocol surface it moves slow.
on mica surface, it moves faster, right? So in cotton surface, it moves faster in first group, and in mica surface, it moves faster in the second group. Now, can you give the reason why the iron ball is moving faster on cotton surface? Group 1, what may be the reason? Any one of you?
Sir, because the cotton surface is smooth
Cotton surface is smooth, okay,
than that of cardboard surface.
than that of cardboard surface. Very good. In group 2,
Sir, mica surface is smoother than the thermocol surface.
okay, so mica surface is smoother than
And thermocol surface.
thermocol surface. Thank you. So what can you infer from this? We have done an activity. We could see that the cotton ball or the wooden cart is moving either slow or fast on different surfaces, right? So why there is a difference in motion of these objects when it is moved on different surfaces?
It is because of the surface, it is smooth and rough.
Because of the surface smooth and rough, the object's motion is slow or fast, right? So the fastness, you are saying that because of the smoothness. Now, what is friction we have studied?
Opposing.
It's an opposing force by
And
Relative motion.
the surface, right? So there is an opposing force. There is an opposing force by the surface, right? What is this opposing force by the surface is called? Friction. So now what are you saying? What have you observed? On different surfaces there is a change in motion, right? It moves faster, it moves in smooth surfaces. Means what? What can you infer from this? Yes.
Sir, on the smooth surface, we experience less friction. On the other hand, on rough surface, we experience more friction.
Excellent, right? Thank you. Means the smooth surface gives less friction, whereas rough surface provides more friction. That is why in smooth surface it was moving faster, and in the other one it was not moving faster, right? So can you make a note of it?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we have understood that there is a friction when there is a motion over the surface, and smoothness of the surface decides the amount of friction, right? Or now can we find out what are the other factors which influence friction? Is it interesting to find out?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
So now I will give you one protractor, right? So you have the surfaces, right? So what you can do, you just see what is the kind of motion when the surface is flat. Okay? Now after that you can increase the inclination of the surface
Sir.
and see what is the kind of motion. So while doing the activity, do measure the angle. You take 1 or 2 or 3 angles, 3 different angles, incline the plane, then you find out. Okay? Yes. Okay. Right? You have observed? Note it down. Now you measure the angle using the protractor.
Now we'll keep it at 30 degree and check. Noted.
It's moving faster than the before.
At 60 degree.
So you have done 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree. Write your observation.
It is a flat surface. What did you observe?
It is moving.
Okay, then from 30 degree.
It moves faster than the 0 degree.
You observe, you can note down the observation. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the other group?
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
sir.
You have done? Okay. So what was your observation? Any one of you can give?
Sir, as the inclination was increasing, the motion of the object was increasing, sir.
Okay. The speed, right? It was moving fast. So as inclination increased, then what happened? Moved faster. Right? Okay. Second group?
Sir, as the inclination moves, that will be increasing, na, sir. When inclination is more, then the object moves faster.
Okay. So the same thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Means you could see that when the surface is inclined more, the object can move faster. Right? That means what? So what can you infer from that? Inclination of the plane, will it influence on friction?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes? So inclination of the plane or inclination of the surface is influencing, right? Now, have you ever experienced, maybe while going to take bath, you may use oil, right? If the oil falls on the surface, what happens if you walk over that? Shashi,
Sir, we will slip, sir.
you will slip, right? Thank you. So in the beginning we have told, you only told, in the watery surface you will slip, on the oil surface you will slip. So what is the difference between these two? Which will have more slippery? Kushi, give the answer.
Sir, I think on oily surface,
On oily surface,
the object moves faster.
the slippery will be more, right? Okay. Now means on the oily surface, if the object want to move faster, what about the friction on that surface? Yes,
Friction will be less.
friction will be less, right? So less friction on oily surface. So in the beginning we have done an activity where you could see that smooth surface provides less friction. Now here what happens? Oily surface, right? Oily surface, water surface will reduce the friction, oily surface will reduce the friction, right? So what can you infer from these two activity? Friction depends on what?
Nature of surface.
Excellent. Nature of surface. Friction depends on nature of surface, right? Right. Now, so if you know friction depends on nature of surface, do we need to reduce friction? Is there any necessity to reduce friction?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why? Why should we reduce friction? Monica?
Sir, because it is opposing, sir, and our energy is getting wasted.
Okay. Since it is an opposing force, so what she is telling, since it is an opposing force, we would like to reduce friction in order to avoid energy loss. Right. Now, from these activities, whatever you have done, can you give me an answer, one method to reduce friction? Who will give the answer? Yes. Anybody? Shashi?
Sir, by applying the oil.
By applying
Oil.
the oil, you can reduce the friction. Fine. So, by applying oil, we can reduce friction. So, what exactly we are doing by applying oil? Can anybody think of, you just think of the surface given to you, you just touch and experience it. You were telling that there are smooth surface
and
rough surface. So let me mention this as, if this is a smooth surface, I can consider this as the rough surface. Have you come across these kind of surfaces anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where?
Sir, in wheels of heavy vehicles.
In wheels of heavy vehicles, you could see that there are, what will you call that? Yes, grooves, right? So if there are grooves on the surface, what does it indicate?
Sir, it reduces the friction.
Is it correct?
no, sir.
No? Trupti?
So it increases the friction.
It increases the friction. So it increases the friction. So grooves increases the friction, right? So in order to reduce the friction, what should we do? Ritusha?
We have to apply oil.
We have to apply oil.
Grooves.
In order to,
No, sir. We have to remove grooves.
we have to remove the grooves, or we have to make the surface smooth. You have to smoothen the surface so that you can reduce the grooves, or we call this as irregularity. irregularity on the surface, right? So we will end up the today's session. So what you can do for the next class, you can visit some of the sandal shops, right, or sports shops, where you find out why there are different kinds of grips on different kinds of sandals or shoes. Can you find out?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
So thank you.